I think there's a lot of overlap between the university and the town of Moorhead itself, just because a lot of people are drawn to Moorhead because of the university. I don't think there's as much of a conflict there as some people would like to portray. I also believe that the town of Moorhead itself and the values of the people here are why the story did blow up in the way that it did, because other county clerks in other areas were making similar statements and refusing to issue licenses, but there wasn't enough resistance in some areas, and in Moorhead there was a great amount of resistance.
So when the Supreme Court decision came down in late June, making marriage equality the rule of the land, most folks across the United States complied. We, however, in Moorhead and in Rowan County are in a place in which our county clerk had a religious opposition to same-sex marriage. She's from an apostolic faith, and she felt that gay people getting married threatened her salvation. So she refused to issue marriage licenses to anyone, including heterosexual couples, and in that way she hoped that she would avoid a charge of discrimination. So what happened in Rowan County, compared to other counties where clerks did not issue licenses, is that there was a strong enough LGBT activist presence here that folks began immediately putting pressure on Kim Davis and the clerk's office to issue those licenses.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yes. Anything you want to say before it all starts?
God's good. Guess I should have went in the back way.
Don't smile at me.
Why can I not smile? I'm not being disrespectful to you.
You
You
absolutely
are.
have
You're treating us like
disrespected
second-class citizens is what
No,
you're doing. You're telling us
no.
that we don't deserve the same rights that you do, that you have,
I'm saying
that you've
that
enjoyed
if
your
you-
entire life. Would you do this to an interracial couple?
A man and a woman, no.
Under
Why?
whose authority?
Whose
are you
authority?
not
Under God's authority.
Did your lawyers tell you?
I don't
Did
believe
God
in
tell you to
God.
do this? Did God
I
tell
don't
you to
believe in
treat
God.
us
I don't
like
believe in
this?
I've
God.
asked you all to leave. You are interrupting my
You can call the
business.
police if you want us
It's
to
not
leave.
your business, it's a
You can
public
call the
business.
police.
That's
I
exactly right.
pay
The public
your
can't get in
salary.
here.
We're
I pay
public.
your salary. I pay you to discriminate against me right now. That's what I'm paying for. Is this what you want to remember? Is this what you want to remember? That you stood up for this? That your children have to look at you and realize that you're a bigot and you discriminated against people?
No, not at
Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
God and God's word and what it calls.
God does not
God doesn't
belong
run
in
the
the
government.
county
God doesn't run the government.
This is not a house of God.
You're not clergy, you're
Call them
clerk.
now.
If what you are...
Somebody call them.
David,
Call them.
David, listen to
I'm
me.
beyond listening to you. This is
David,
ridiculous.
Please, I'm not
Do your
screaming at
job.
you. Please, just listen to me.
I don't care how polite you are
We've heard
or
you.
what you
We've
feel.
heard
I know you don't care.
You're not. This is not polite. You know, when I talk to people, I try to get a sense of what they think and feel, and I have no idea what she's thinking. I don't know if she's doing this based on her own opinions anymore or based on what her lawyers are telling her. I have no idea. I wish I knew, because I feel like she's intentionally and maliciously harming people at this point.
I think what Kim Davis is doing is very wrong. I believe that all gay people have the right to be married because they're people just like everybody else, and I'm offended because I have loved ones that would like to be married, and I don't think that she should deny that right to anybody.
I think she is turning something that could have been so positive into something negative, and that she's using the power of Christ in the wrong way. I think that she thinks she's doing good, but really she's just hurting everybody else around her.
I think that she should have stepped down. I also think she shouldn't have gotten out of jail. She broke the law. She took an oath, followed the oath.
make sure everything's spelled correctly and it's correct for me, okay? Okay. If it is, then James will sign here. William will sign here for me, okay? All right.
I'm trying not to get their addresses. Yeah, we're trying.
See, here's your license. Congratulations, Al.
So have a good day.
Go. Yeah.
Just got their marriage.
Through your mind right now.
Happy. Oh, I'm just like happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. Oh, dude, we wasn't sure. We was kind of worried that somebody might be here, try to hurt, our couples or hurt even any of us. But thank goodness you guys are here and the police are here, keeping an eye on everything, and we are happy.
Disbelief. We actually had no idea what was going to happen. That was all left up to Judge Bunning. So it was at his discretion. We thought at first it would just be fines, but then when he decided to remand her to custody, we were in shock, just for the fact that we wanted her to comply. We didn't want to vilify her. We didn't want her to become a victim. But if you view yourself as a martyr, if you view yourself as a victim, I'm afraid there's going to be some problems, and it'll work itself out eventually.
Yeah.
Initial, where you sign on the other one.
Okay. Yeah, now I gotta marry her.
Get to marry her. Get to marry her, not gotta marry her.
Could you hold up your license again like you did before?
Let me make sure you got it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think this is the community that I support in Moorhead and supported me during this event or issue. Moorhead State and the people of Moorhead community have been accepting and loving, and we have a community that is in close proximity. So, differing opinions are going to come up. I never felt really marginalized or discriminated against until this occurred back in June.
Gosh, it was kind of a whirlwind. It all happened really fast, but it was a really humbling experience, I would say, to be surrounded by national media, and this was a national news story, like right in our backyard. And I got the opportunity to be at the courthouse like every day when the big things were happening, like right front and center, which was really awesome. I got to take some pictures of Kim and all the action that was going on, and it was as a young student journalist, it was a great experience.
My experience with Kim Davis was very interesting. The first time that I was actually there at the courthouse, Kim Davis wasn't. This was when the guy at the desk actually signed the papers for the first time, and gay marriage was officially legal in Moorhead, Kentucky for the first time. It was an amazing experience, and I've never been surrounded by so many news stations in my life. I found it a little bit funny that everyone was there kind of portraying her in a very bad way. But what I like about Moorhead and the guys that came from the newspaper, and they came from MSU TV and Chad, we kind of kept it both ways. We got a little bit of one side of the protesting and a little bit of the other, kind of showing how both were out of line, and then at the same time showing how both you could argue a case for each.
I think for me, the entire experience was something that most college students, you don't get this. You don't get the opportunity to cover a story that is making national headlines, and it's just a mile away from campus. You know, I was there almost every day covering the events that unfolded at the courthouse once the semester got going, and to be around national reporters and people that I've kind of grown up watching, it was an experience that I'll never forget. It's helped me professionally. I now have a job with a station in Huntington, West Virginia, the NBC affiliate, and it's all set up and ready to go because they were so impressed with my drive to be at the courthouse every day covering this. And I it's odd and it's weird to say, but I kind of give her credit for it all, and she helped me in a way, and it's weird to think of it that way, but I do.
Despite the media portrayal, Eastern Kentucky is a very rich and vibrant place. We have a rich history of activism and political resistance. The media around the Kim Davis situation definitely did not portray that, and I would just like people who do not have experience with the area to know that there are many people working to make the region and the world a more equal place, whether that's in terms of LGBT issues, gender, environmental justice. Eastern Kentucky is much more than what you see in the media.